Hey guys. Okay, so this is actually day 30 of 30 days of motivation, but it's going to be a long video. I might even need to extract a clip so that I can post it to my other social media. So what has been motivating me is all of the meditating that I have been doing lately. And yesterday I talked about how Neville Goddard was the subject of my 29th day of motivation because I've been learning a lot from his techniques and his experiences from the law of attraction and how he's used it in his own life. So he talked a lot about it. Since I am someone who is like really diving into my purpose work, and I've always had visions of the things that I would be doing in regards to that, I see myself talking a lot about how these laws have affected me and how they're helping me, especially now at this most pivotal time or point in my life where I have completely like renovated who I am and what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry, I just had to check my phone. So, as I was telling some of my dear loved ones that my life is one of, it's like my life was meant to be on display. I can honestly feel in my bones that that's why I'm here. I'm here to be an example, someone who, whose experiences would mean a lot to other people. It could make them or make their experiences easier, or they can learn a lot from some of the things that I do, maybe perhaps even avoid some things from a lot of the things that have occurred in my life and that I share with people. So, but what I want to really talk about here though is how I've been healing myself and clearing a lot of space to make way for the law of attraction to bring the things into my life that I desire. And those desires they come from within, you guys. They come from the subconscious mind. You wouldn't desire it if it wasn't something that was meant for you, And I mentioned before in one of my other videos, we're talking about, things of good morals, of course, high moral standards and not perfection, but that post I did before, I think I reposted it on my other page, but as long as we're not personally doing anything to harm each other, especially intentionally, then our lives are going to reflect the beauty in that. And you're going to find that to be true, especially when you find that the things that you do come from virtuous intentions, good intentions, high moral intentions. If you're not out to get somebody, because everything that you do is reflected back on you in your life. And that's what I want to talk about. So, you attract the things that that are on your heart. All the things that are on your heart, you attract those to you. And whatever's on your heart is going to be whatever you take in with your five senses on a regular basis. Things that are important to you. And you tend to spend more time on these things. So the time that you spend on these things, that's going to manifest. So, and the other thing is there are a few things that can cancel that out. Like lower level frequencies like fear and anger, jealousy, guilt, which is why, I don't believe in the whole like punishing yourself and being, viewing yourself as like a sinful person and, things that everything you're doing is wrong, condemning yourselves because of some of the things that the Bible says. When you know that you're a virtuous person and that you're living your life upright, then it's not necessary for you to ask for other people's judgments. I don't care if they're like a leader in a church. They're not a leader of your church. Your body, your temple is your church. Your body is your church. And you are your church, your temple. So, I love that saying, you're not the boss of me now. I got here from birth with that whole mentality, because I remember when I was young, I have a brother who's 4 years older than me. I used to get slapped around a lot because I used to be so bossy. I was so bossy, and he'd be like, girl, you ain't bossing me around. Like, girl, have a seat, But anyway, yeah, so like, once you realize, and I've been preaching this in almost every video you see me in. Hi, everybody. Once you realize that everything is already inside you, your book of life, the one that you wish would fall from the sky, is written in your DNA. You have all of the codes. You have everything needed. Every little thing that's needed. But like I'm big on, now that I'm an energy healing practitioner, I'm really big on the chakras. And I posted something about the citrine crystal, which is parallel to the solar plexus chakra, which is like the little sun inside of you. So I'm wearing my little sunny wig to kind of fit the whole mood here. But whenever you have any of those lower level frequencies, that sun inside of you tends to lose its brightness and its effect. So you want to make sure that you're not, feeling any types of low feelings of like dejection or sadness, depression. All those things keep you from being able to manifest, because you need your solar plexus to shine bright and clearly. So, that's some of the things that I do, that I work with on people. I do healings. I do guided meditations. I do things to help them to clear those. You can check me out on julywellness.com and you'll see, the services that I provide. So, like, you can spend so much time thinking about the things that you want, but you need to think about them in faith and not in fear. I hope that means a lot to you. And my thing is that I feel like I have something to bring to the world. I have something to offer that is going to be, hey, Dee, I have something to offer that's different from what everybody else offers, because it's my own personal experience. And the same thing with you and the girls that I'm working with on the GI project, the Genius Induction Project. We each have something different to bring to the table. We have a lot in common, but we have something different to bring to the table. And that's the beauty in being able to draw the people that we're drawing into this genius playground, because they'll be able to experience a variety of things that they can't get from whoever else. Hey, Elaine, you're so welcome. I'm glad oh, wow, you said it's life-changing. She's one who has a guided meditation of mine. I need to get, so there's one person who told me that I did a guided meditation for a friend of hers, and she said that it he was able to manifest something that he wasn't able to manifest prior. And the reason being is because when you clear that solar plexus and you clear out your, like fears or anxieties, pressures, things like that, and you allow yourself to be taken away from all the daily stressors, then now you're allowing space for everything that you've been attracting to come to you without putting up the blocks. And so that's what I want to, help everybody with. And that's what I specialize in. And hi, Phiro. I specialize in helping people to clear those blocks and understand that peace, tranquility, and serenity is waiting for them. All they have to do is be the ones to create it. And it's all about what you're focusing on. Are you focusing on news that is pessimistic and negative? I shouldn't have to tell anybody. I'm sure everybody understands that the media is designed to make you feel dejected. So don't fall for it. You know what I mean? You don't want to fall for that. You want to stay lifted up. It's important to stay lifted up. But like a couple days in church is not going to keep you lifted up. You have to do that on your own. No one else can do it for you. And even in my services, I teach people how to do this on their own. I don't want them to be dependent upon me. I want to help them. I want to help you. I want to help everybody to be able to achieve this on their own, the way I've learned how to achieve it. Also, just like I told one of my clients after her sessions expired, I'm like, here's what you need to do, but you're more than welcome to, hire me to assist you if you still want help along the way rather than doing it on your own. That's what the service is all about. But once I teach you, I want you to be able to leave the nest and feel secure and confident the same way I did when I was a boot camp instructor. I wanted everybody to walk away knowing how to do what they needed to do on their own. But I was always there available to motivate and encourage them if they wanted to join me at boot camp. So that's what, that's how my services go. But I can't stress enough that time means a lot when it comes to your focus. Your focus, whatever it is that you're thinking about all day, is what you're going to manifest all day long. So it can be a tricky thing, because once you start to realize that you don't want to work a 9 to 5 anymore, it might feel weird when you're at your 9 to 5 and it's like, well, how can I stop thinking about my 9 to 5 if every morning I have to wake up with the mentality of getting ready to go make the donuts, right? But what you can start doing is changing your mindset by using affirmations that are conducive to the new life that you aspire to have. So you can write affirmations saying that I love my new life. I get up every morning with it on my mind. It makes me happy. And when you're at work, Have Post-it notes everywhere around your desk or wherever you work, you know, wherever it's appropriate. If you're driving, if you're, I don't know, whatever it is you're doing, make sure you have reminders so that all day you can be in the mindset of your new, hi Gina, your new, thank you. So you can be in the mindset of what it is that you do want. And so when you embody it, that's like a huge thing for me right now. I've discovered what I've been doing all this time. And now I realize that, oh my God, this is something that the world needs to know. Embodiment, you guys, is like there's nothing like it. If you come to a children's party or you dress up for the holiday in a suit that makes the child think that you're someone else, they're going to believe that you're someone else. So what I want you to do is I want you to unzip yourself. And I want you to step into that suit of the new person that you see yourself to be. And keep that suit on. And you're going to go through the day with that person's mentality. You're going to go through the day seeing what that person would see with their eyes, smell what they would smell with your nose, taste what they would taste with your mouth, hear what they would hear with your ears, touch what they would touch with your hands. And you're going to make those things real to you. And then you're going to use your sixth sense, which involves all of your chakras, right? So your spiritual mind. You're going to use your connection to your higher power. You're going to use like the throat, which brings out like speech. And in your mind, you're going to talk about, or you're going to even talk aloud about the things that pertain to your new life. You're going to use your heart, and you're going to make a heartfelt connection with that person. Oh, Dee, I love you too. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh, Dee, it's the exact same. All of you guys, like, the universe has a way of connecting people who have things in common and who are on the same path. So everybody who's here on this video and people who comment all the time, I'm sending you guys so much love, and I thank you for being here. So like so that's your heart. Then you got the solar plexus. You know, that energy center that's like the little sun inside of you. You want to feel that. You want to feel yourself shining. You want to feel that light emanating from you, you know, and allow it to shine upon all the things that you desire. Allow it to illuminate the things that you desire. And the same thing, then you got the sacral and the root. You know, so it's very important to allow those desires to penetrate you. We're talking about the sacral. Then with the root, it's all about I am affirmations. You have to believe who you are. Oh my gosh. You are royalty because you are human and because you have the highest power inside of you. Oh, thank you, Elaine. You're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I received that love. Thank you. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. Seriously, like, man, y'all, I wasn't joking when I started crying yesterday. I was like, this is nuts. Because I literally embody my higher power. And I know a lot of you guys can relate to that. Even if you hadn't recognized it before, let me tell you a little bit now about what that's like when you do embody your higher power. When you give yourself that pep talk and you decide to stop being a victim, and you decide to take your life by the horns and be the one in control with the highest determination and nothing but faith. Whenever you have, when your confidence is on 1,000, that's you stepping into your higher power. And when you acknowledge that it's your higher power, it takes it even further. And you pretty much can become invincible once you place your mind on the fact that your higher power is there to assist you, and that you're not lacking anything. Despite what this world tries to make it look like. The world tries to make it seem like there's not enough money. They try to make it seem like there's not enough food. And they try to make it seem like there's not enough space. But there is an abundance of all of it. There is no lack. The lack is in our minds, and it is a mind game and mind control in this little matrix. Create your own matrix. I want you to be like everything that you witness in nature. And I'm not asking you to put your mind upon the things that appear to have lack. Things happen for a reason, even though there are some things in nature that appear to be coming extinct, or be at at less of an advantage or something like that. Just know that whatever it is that you're focusing on is the life that you choose. It is a choice. Guess what? Everybody else who see the negative have decided to make a choice. That's their choice. That's what they have decided to focus upon. So guess what? That has now become their reality. You decide what you want your reality to be, and then you take your 5th and 6th senses and focus on that reality. Even if someone else doesn't share your reality, guess what? Yours is not going to change because of them. As a matter of fact, you and your world may appear different in their reality, but your world pertains to you. They don't always see or know what's going on in your world. You're just like a hologram in their world. And in your world, you have your own holograms. Create your own holograms. Create them. And then the time that you put in that determines how much it manifests. The feeling that you put in that, that's the tricky part. You can put time on it all day, every day. But if the time that you put on it is a negative experience or a negative kind of tone, then you're going to keep manifesting actually what it is you don't want. In other words, you're going to be counter manifesting. If you keep saying, I want to have money, or I want to have health, or I want to have love, you're going to continue to perpetuate the want and the need and the desire. But if it's something that you see yourself already having, and then you live in that experience, thank you, Phiro. If you live in that experience, knowing and trusting in full faith that the universe is conspiring in your behalf, then eventually you're going to find your outside reality corresponding with what's on the inside. And it's happening every day, whether you recognize it or not. And it's been happening for me now that I have conscientiously put my mind to certain things. But we do this on a regular basis without even knowing. Whoever we see ourselves as is who we manifest ourselves to be. That's who we manifest ourselves to be. So if you want to be someone who has great health, great finances, love in your life in all aspects, then, I don't know, like, make a list, draw up a story, like, imagine what that looks like. And then you need to spend time on those things and trust that the desire that has been imbued in you is something that's meant for you. You wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't meant for you. Everything is all about the greater good. Things that are not meant for the greater good of everything and everyone around you ends up bringing back bad karma on you. You reap that. You reap what you sow, and you attract it. So just, be very careful. That's why they say, not to be wishing anyone's demise. Because then you start to, the very thing that you are, sorry, let me see. Yeah, reading my messages. The very thing that you put out there is what you bring back, even if it's something that you are thinking about in terms of another person. That's what you're going to see in your life. So you want to see nothing but good. Focus on good. We all share the same living space. We're sharing the same energy. We share the same universe. We share the same universal mind, which is why everybody can feel that connection to their higher power. There's no one out here who can tell you, like, if you believe in God, there ain't nobody out here who could tell you that God is not listening to you and God is not your friend. They can say what they, notice about their own relationship with God, but they can't talk about yours. They can't dictate that. And you have your own free will, and everybody has that connection. Everybody has that connection. We're all made of the same elements, which allows us to be connected to all this universal energy. We're all the same. All of us have that connection. So you make that connection. You respect that connection the same way another person would expect you to afford them respect and dignity. If you have respect for that connection, you thank that connection on a regular basis. You thank all things conscious. And just for the sake of it, whether you believe in it or not, I want you to believe that everything has consciousness, and I want you to thank every little thing. Every little thing. Give thanks for it and say thank you to it. Speak to it as if it were living. And if you are a little curious about what that can do, I want you to Google what happens when you talk to plants, or when you talk to water, or if you do an experiment with rice where you talk to it in a negative way, and see what you think about what you read. And also, If it's something that you feel a little skeptical about, I would try it if I were you. I would try it. But anyway, these principles are the very thing that are really helping me to appreciate that what we put into the universe with our minds, with our thoughts, are the things that start to come to fruition. And it's all based on how much you believe it, because those things are affected by your belief. As a matter of fact, your belief is like a commander in chief. Your belief is like a general that commands the objects and the circumstances as you co-create your belief. So if you believe that something is stressful and agonizing, then that's what you're going to create. And so even more so when this comes to health, you guys, health is $1 billion, multi-billion-dollar industry. So if everybody knew and understood what I'm talking about, that would mean a loss of money for those who make their living off of people's bad health. And then they're going to have to find someplace else to make their wealth. They're just going to have to find something else. They have to stop believing in scarcity, because there's no such thing. Look at nature, right? It's bountiful out there. Do you see what the trees do when it rains in the spring, and how beautiful and lush it becomes before summer? The flowers bloom, the birds and their beautiful songs. If you listen to some of my videos, you can hear nature in my videos. Just thinking about it, it soothes me. It soothes me. It relaxes me, and I feel like I'm there just because I put my thoughts on it. And so I made the connection. I embodied the environment of being outdoors. And that completely changes my whole biological process. And so if you embody health, if you unzip your unhealthy self and step into a healthy costume, if that's what you want to call it, just for the sake of this illustration, then you get a chance to see what that feels like. I am here to teach you what it feels like to step into something else and embody it. So funny how I never knew I had been doing that my entire life. And so now these are some of the ways that I am going to be teaching the other things that I do, like being able to understand people and understand their thoughts and embody them, understand the thoughts and mind of other entities who are communicating with us. That is so funny how they're doing that yard work out there. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know what has been motivating me. I needed to take day 30 out with a bang. I really wanted you guys to feel and embody how good it feels to see your hard work paying off. It takes your time and effort. It takes your time and effort, and it takes focus, because you want to be focused on the thing that you want to manifest. You have to stay focused. So stay focused and stay, in contact, or watch my posts or whatever. I'm going to be doing a lot less engaging outside of what I put out on social media because of the projects that I'm involved in, and also as I continue to concentrate on this new life that I am building around myself. So this is probably where you're going to find me the most, is here on social media. Check out my girls though. Check out AJ Alexis. Her video is pinned to the top of my page because she did a great job of explaining what GI is and how you can engage with us. Check out Kay. She is also throughout my timeline, and check out her posts. And that girl, oh my gosh, her art. You really want to check her out. Her art heals me, and it will heal anybody. She has a special gift. Both of these girls do. They both do. And I was telling AJ, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so, like, her mind, her brain. Both of them are like really, these girls are smart. They're geniuses. They are so smart. They're so smart. Like, they don't even, you have no idea, because they don't put their, like, real true genius minds out. You know what I mean? They're not as what's the word, extroverted as I am. They're a little bit more introverted when it comes to that. And not that they're shy or anything, but they're just different. Me, I'm like live out loud. I'm like all over the place. Here I am. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? But like those girls, yeah. Like for me, what you see is what you get. Like I talk about everything that's on my mind. And I post all the things that I discovered, almost. But those girls, man, like Kay is an electrician. She knows a lot about the elements. She knows a lot about scientific things, as well as AJ, and AJ has her PhD. Like, it's just like I couldn't have asked to work with a better set of girls. And then I have a project coming up too with another beautiful young lady as well, by the name of Paula. So I can't wait until, that surfaces for you guys. But anyway, that is it. And you guys can catch me again on here soon. So stay tuned. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And I love you guys.